Okay, we are ready to begin. Please remember there's no videoing of any type. We'll take opening questions from coach or opening comments from coach and then questions for our players.
Yeah, first things, congratulations to Arkansas. They made the plays that they had to make to be able to win the game. And I thought we played really well. And a lot of things that just not go our way. The breaks of this game, where on a normal night we feel like we're going to be on the right side of the scoreboard, and they had guys who were all season long poor 3-point shooters, and they made shots tonight. So give them credit. I think with Brazil and Richmond and Wagner, they were 9 for 12 and 3-point line, and every one of them is below a 30% guy, and I think Richmond's 14%. So sometimes it'll go your way. Acuff was terrific. I thought our guys competed. They played hard. We played the right way. It was a great tournament run. And we always do a good job at this. And it's what our program is always about that we get knocked down, we get back up. We're dejected. We wanted this. We put everything into it. But we'll get right back up, and we're excited about the NCAA tournament coming up next week.
Please raise your hand. We'll start at the front right.
Tyler, is this just as simple as you tip your cap to a team that was hot today and maybe played just a little bit better than you in this game?
Yeah, like Coach said, they made the plays they needed to win, especially down the stretch. We were sticking to our game plan, and guys just made big plays. And at the end of the day, you do kind of just tip your cap. We didn't play perfect by any means. No one ever plays perfect, but there's things we could have cleaned up, but, they made the plays they needed to.
Yeah, Tyler, just what kind of confidence do you think you're going to take from this tournament, knocking down 5 threes today? And kind of same question for you, Duke, with the performance you guys had. What do you think this will do for you guys moving forward?
I think overall it would just be better for the whole team. Obviously, we lost today, but we won the last 4 out of 5 games that we played last. So, we had a good rhythm, and we trying to just carry that over to, March Madness. And, Tyler actually been in a little slump, but knocking down the shots today, I seen the rim just getting bigger and bigger for him, and that helped our team, that space out the floor. So I see him get going. I'm trying to get him and my teammates going and involved.
Stay in the front right.
Yeah, I think we're gonna bring a lot of confidence into the tournament. For me personally, kind of like Duke said, I was in a bit of a slump, like out of character performances. But seeing the ball go through the net always make you feel a little more comfortable. But at the end of the day, we can try and bring as much confidence into it. Right now, obviously, it stings. We wanted that chip, but we know that there's a lot more for us in the future, and our biggest games are in front of us.
Front center.
Yeah, Duke, what makes Darius Acuff so difficult to handle defensively?
His speed, and his physicality. He gets into your body, you can't body up and ride him, so you don't want to foul him. So when he get that little inch of space, you can't ride him down. So that would make him very tough. And then, his elusiveness, being an 18-year-old, a high draft pick like that, he's a very tough player.
Far right.
Darius, Duke. I know the game didn't obviously turn out the way you guys wanted, but can you appreciate what a high-level basketball game that was from both sides for a championship game?
Yeah, of course. Everybody want to come down. You want to see that it be a chippy game or, a tight game, man. I feel like both teams competed on a very high level. Like I said, we tip our hats to Arkansas. They deserve it. The guys made the shots and the coaches made the adjustments that they need to make. And at the end of the day, we're going to fight hard. And like Tyler Nichols said and Coach said, our best basketball is yet to come. And every time we get knocked down, we're going to get back up.
Far right.
Chris Lee, Vandy 24/7. For both of you guys, you played the 3 teams in this tournament that were probably the toughest matchups for you. How much does that help you going into the NCAA tournament?
I think that was the best thing for us. I think playing, the SEC is so talented from top to bottom, but, the teams that we had to face are perfect to get us ready for the postseason. Physical, hard playing, strong front courts, to where we had to be super tough and aggressive. And that intensity and the way we needed to play to win and compete in those games is exactly what we're going to need going forward.
He was on. I ain't got nothing.
Any more questions? Gentlemen, you're dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I've got to move your water out of the picture.
Okay, we'll start on the second row on the right.
Mark, Teresa Walker, Associated Press. You've got Tyler, Duke, you've got some great guards, but what is Darius Acuff doing right now?
His shiftiness and his speed's elite, and his speed and the way he moves is going to be good for the NBA too. It's not just college, and with him, you need more than one guy that can guard him. You need team defense. And we were compromised today because we wanted to send multiple bodies at him to try to help out. And he's a willing passer. He can make the right play, and we try to make other guys make plays, and they did. And so it was just one of those things where he's so talented. He didn't fight the game. He stayed aggressive, but he made plays for his teammates and himself. So he's tough to guard. There's not a lot of great game plans, obviously, this year that people have been able to stop him.
Coach Jack Lennon, WTK 90.3 FM. When you look at the rebounding battle today, one of the biggest narratives about your team this season is that they're undersized, but the rebounding battle against a tough Arkansas team was fairly even today. How does that, looking at it, make you more confident going forward that one of the things that maybe has been one of your perceived shortcomings for this team was actually what kept you in the battle today?
Yeah, I think all tournament long, we went against the toughest rebounding teams, and we held our own. The rebounding really in all these games weren't a factor to cost us the game. And we like it to be a positive. Maybe we're not quite built that way. But at the same time, our guys, I love the way they fight. I love the way they compete. And sometimes there's some undersized guys, but at the same time, our toughness can kind of come through. And it did today, too. We just did not quite have enough.
Right.
Mark, you'd mentioned early in the season you wanted to get more fans to Memorial. You said yesterday, let's get Vandy fans in Bridgestone. Is there a moment today you kind of look around at the atmosphere and see the kind of support you had and, feel like they listened to you?
Yeah, I can tell you this. I was hearing the chants of, hearing VU and echoing out through Bridgestone, and it felt good. It felt like they loved this team and they loved the work we put in. And, we wanted this game, not just for ourselves. Not just for Vanderbilt as a whole, but for the fan base, and so we do feel we're hurt right now. We wanted it for a lot of people, and we put a lot into this, and the crowd that came out was tremendous, and we love and appreciate that, and hopefully they travel with us to wherever we're going to the NCAA tournament because we don't like to let people down when they give in to us like that, and so it was a great crowd.
Second row on the right.
Coach, this is John Calipari's 16th conference championship. How hard is it to go up and coach against somebody with that much experience, and what can you learn from it on the sidelines?
Yeah, it wasn't myself against Calipari. He's won 900 games. I sent him a text message a couple weeks ago when he got it, and a tremendous coach. But it wasn't myself against him. If he was coaching the three-point shooting with those guys, then yeah, he did an unbelievable job. But he's Hall of Famer, great coach. I'll learn from everything. And so, this type of situation, you got to dare to be great. You got to dare to put yourself in these moments. And hopefully this moment comes again for myself and whatever Vanderbilt team we have next.
Second row to the right.
Mark, that second half when Brazil and Arkansas started firing off threes even faster than that first half, you called a couple timeouts during several points. What did you try to maybe adjust or tell your team in that backstretch when it came to that perimeter defense? Yeah,
it was a lot of stay the course. And because if you get spread on Acuff, he's going to the rim. And we just didn't have nobody has somebody to keep him in front. And so that's a challenge right there. And, I'm going to relive this probably for the rest of my life. You're thinking it's like 4 minutes ago, it's a one-possession game, and Brazil makes a three. And then, Tyler Tanner, was unbelievable, misses a layup. Akil Kariki misses a wide-open three. Jalen Washington misses one at the rim. And, just the things that went against us. They're fighting for a rebound, and we're fighting for a rebound. The ball gets tipped in. And Acuff just throws a three up one time, just as a prayer, and it goes in. So that's a lot to overcome, and we just couldn't overcome it, and it was their day. We did everything we could to try to make it ours and try to be, try to turn it around. But those things are hard to overcome, and we almost did. That was the thing. We almost overcame all of that.
Front right.
Yeah. Mark, with a lot of coaches here, we've talked seating and we deserve to be this or that. What are you expecting here in a couple hours? What are you wanting to see? What do you think you'll see?
Yeah, I mean, normally I'm into it. I mean, I know this because just a fact somebody told me, and we got 10 quad one wins. I think it's 6th most in the country. And y'all can fact check that. I hope I'm not wrong. But this league, the way we're playing right now, we should be a high seed. And regardless, we're not going to bicker. We're not going to complain. Well, as soon as they announce where we're going, we're almost erasing the numbers. And we're happy to be there. We'll compete. But this team's had a really good year. And so they earn something high, but that's out of our control right now. We had our last chance here a couple minutes ago. I do hope the brackets weren't set a couple days ago. And they were watching us all the way through here because we could have got this game. We got the last two. We're playing good basketball.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you, Coach.